Good morning, and it's another glorious day, right? Look at that sky. I mean, you can't beat it. 2nd of October, and you know what? I've got all this right here, okay? And yeah, people are giving me great advice about, taking care of this, and I need to. And you should see the progress I made on the inside. But then, of course, I get a phone call, right? And it's somebody doing a demolition project. And I have the U-Haul. I have my rickety old truck. But I have to drive all the way to Naperville. And, well, then I would have to clean this thing out. And, yeah, Naperville is a little bit more persnickety of a community. And, I got a busted windshield. And I really don't feel like driving through that town. So, I got a phone call. There's a demolition project that they got going on. And, yeah, it's a bunch of stainless restaurant equipment. So, it just so happens that I have this. So, what do? This is a person that they call me when they have big projects and jobs and stuff like that. And I can't miss out on it. Because if I blow up this contact, this is really important. This contact is like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of them, but the ones that I do really help out. Well, I'm on it, so I'm going to go take care of that. I aggravate myself. I really do. I want to make money. I'm trying really hard. I get a phone call. I have to take care of this because I just can't blow it up. Listen, and I got this. It's the first one on the building. I think I gotta put the ramp down. I don't got any hope. So, yeah, I'll put the ramp down and then we'll be good. Yeah, I'll give that a shove up there. I wonder if it will make it up. I got this piece of junk shoved in there. Will the wheels fit? Will they fit? Joke's on me if it doesn't, right? Get it all lined up. Right, it's almost to the point where some of you guys just can't watch, right? When it comes to me and the way I do stuff. I can't bear to watch. I got that thing there holding that. No, nobody will help me. So as you're standing there, yeah. As you're sitting there watching this video, no one will help me. Well, there must be something wrong with him. He must be not saying something about how he does things, or maybe that's part of it. Maybe he doesn't want to pay a helper or anything. Well, helpers are a pain in the ass. Okay. So, the fat guy is a little winded, all right? Yes, I'm a little winded. I got this up here myself. You've seen it for yourself. This thing fully weighs about 700 pounds. No bull. And there's more. A lot more. Yeah, well, they didn't give me any hammers or anything, so, and I wasn't told about hammers necessary for this job. But yeah, this would be the logical one to take next. And then I get this one right here. I don't know, which one should I take next? This one? Because I don't think they gave me this one. I don't know. I was asking, but I wasn't paying enough attention, because that's where the ADHD comes in. There's so much going on, and I'm paying attention to everything going on. One-handed, that probably weighs about 500 pounds. And this thing, probably not as much, but as bulky as fuck. This job is fire, right? This is amazing. I love getting hookups like this, but alright, let me get this out. See, with like spatial relation, like understanding sizes, and you know, okay, like that right there looks like it's gonna be trouble though. Yeah, I just I use brute force just to rip this little piece off here. I use the doorway as a fulcrum. Snap it up in half. So, sort of like that. It's a heavy scrap lift, man. That piece right there is pretty much all stainless except for that. This one, you got wheels, so probably a little easier. That last one was a bitch. Oh, you should wait until you see the one in the kitchen. It's about 30 feet long. I'm gonna have to come back with tools. You know, when they said demolition project, you know, duh, I should have clicked that, you know, at least bring some rudimentary, like a hammer or a drill. I don't even know if this piece is going to make it out to the store. Kind of doubt it, I don't know. It's got these trays in the front. These trays in the front might make it impossible. Oh, what do you know? I think the doorway should be wider. Oh, alright. Let's get it over to the truck. Heavy scrap life. You go watch me push this one on also. Ready? Ready, set for the craziness? Hercules. Alrighty. That's number 2. And now to get number 2 all the way on. Jesus, Lord Jesus. You know, I don't have any trouble sleeping at night. I am so worn out. Trust me. I gotta get that one up here, and that sink part up here, and there's another unit inside. How is this thing together? It's got like 10mm screws right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back with a drill or something. Totally take this apart. A sledgehammer and stuff. Cause yeah, there's no way. I know there's electrical connections. How do I know if that stuff's hot? Somebody pulled all the drawers out. Yep, that one. I guess this one. I don't know what's anchoring it in. Is the water totally off? Yep. What's holding it into the wall? Apparently these hanger straps are. Let's try a little brute force. Something's got it. Why is there a marble in here? These lines, I need a knife. Fuck. I don't know whose tool it is. Oh boy. I cut all the lines. This one's not on wheels. So maybe you can get out this way, I don't know. I don't know if I can get out that way. Be nice. I have a feeling I'm gonna get hung up though. Don't tell me I gotta go the long way. We go out this way over here. You know, there's no good options. I'm afraid to risk going out that way. What would you guys do? Like, take it like that, and then, yeah, swing out towards the wall, and then kind of jimmy it that way. A lot of apprehension. Okay, should I try pushing it that way? Or should I just go that way? The long way. I'm gonna go the long way. The genius move is how I'm gonna swing it into there to make it around there. Can't. You need a helper. Nobody wants to help. Well, you mustn't be paying them well. First of all, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. I don't know anybody. Ask around. Lots of trial and error there. A lot of people like to get drunk during lunchtime. A lot of people like to smoke weed. They got that crap in the shore. Yeah. My driving career, I've been pulled over 446 times. I don't need that. I don't need somebody with that. And my truck gets impounded. No, I don't need that. Okay, I got it through this far. As the legs are starting to fall apart. I'm just doing it one-handed because I'm making a video, and do I need to explain? I'm not only doing it one-handed, it's just for this little part. Trying to show the steepest angle. So I had to go get it all the way over there. Come all the way out. You need a helper. Okay, where? Out of here is going to be epic, man. This is not going to want to slide on the concrete. Not at all. I'm just doing it one-handed for a couple minutes just for the video, but I get over the threshold and I lift a heavier part at the back end this time because I figure it might be easier that way. Scrap life is heavy. Especially if you don't have a helper. You know, well, it's not happening. This is definitely fire, man. You know, one more. The AC guy's gonna come tomorrow and disconnect the lines. That and no electrician. So let me get that thing up here. Then I'm gonna get out of here. Should I dismantle these and take them off the truck? And load it with my other scrap? Or should I just push it off a shred and just say fuck it? Kiss the brass goodbye. Kiss the copper goodbye. Kiss all that stainless goodbye. What do you think? Alright, let's try and get this thing up here. This should be fun. Dolly. That zippy tied in there, and they charge you extra money for taking these out.
Yeah, I know.
See
it's
that?
Worth it though.
Huh?
It's probably worth it.
It's not worth $750. Huh. Right? They nickel and dime me on every last little thing, so.
Oh yeah.
79 cents a mile.
Ready?
Okay. Easy as a sawzall right now, though. We don't have much battery for it. And I don't know what it does.
No way. That came off. When I work, I always anticipate something like that happening. That way I never actually go flying backwards and falling over. might make the camera move. I didn't. The one brother said, "Why don't you just use that jolly?" I'm like, it's zippy tie down there. And if you break the zippy tie and use it, it's $7. $7 to use this shitty card. Put this on. No. No way. Even more money? I'm not the Donald. Besides, it wasn't so bad. Had I known what the job entailed, I would have came with tools. And would have been able to complete it, so yeah. Yeah, heavy scrap life, man. Heavy. Definitely not really a dumpster diving thing. Although, you know, I was under the impression that the stuff was in the dumpster, and turns out that it wasn't. Okay, now my ADHD. I'm reaching for the key that's not there. Where's the key? Where did this ADHD fuck put the key? It's in my pocket next to the wallet. Yes, I have Asperger's syndrome, and ADHD, and the Asperger's syndrome makes something called executive function. Oh, there's the ambulance. Makes something called executive function not happening. It's very difficult. With like things like keys and stuff like that. Yeah, these guys didn't want to help. Not at all. You know why? Because they were mad they weren't getting any of the stuff. And I have a problem with backing stuff up because I always run into shit. So I never like to go backwards. Going backwards is a huge problem. Big. Right now I'm in a town called Naperville, and man, oh, one more comment. It's a Mexican restaurant, and there's no Mexicans working on the demolition project. It's all white people and some Jamaican black guys. What the hell? Oh God. Alright, well, what I did was I called the junkyard. I was torn about whether I should just pull the stuff off the truck. You guys are gonna shoot me. Throw the shit on the ground. Right? No. So I called and they said it's 20 cents a pound, but they have to analyze it. Whatever that means. That means it's a gavel still. But I mean, this is heavy, stainless scrap life. Almost be worth taking these faucets off, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't claim to know everything. So if that's the case, if it's 20 cents a pound and clean stainless is like, I don't know, 29 or something like that. Man, why, you know what? Why bother? Just leave it on the truck. And just fill it with the shred because I'm a scrapper. I find more stuff. And besides, I didn't get everything out of that restaurant today because the guy that called me made it seem like the stuff was all by the dumpster. And that's not the case. There was one thing by the dumpster and everything else had to be ripped out of the store or the restaurant. So heavy restaurant life, heavy scrap life. I mean, I'm not some guy taking apart like some little 2-bit something or another. I don't have the, I don't know. I don't have the patience for it, really. That's what that thing's supposed to be for. Hopefully I get that far along in life. I've really cut into it, man. I listen to my critics. There's no bull here, man. Let me show you how far I've gotten into here. Look at this. Before you couldn't walk in. Okay? Now look. I can walk all the way into here. This far in. This far in, up to the garage door opener, almost. Alright, so I have to take probably about 5 more swipes, 6 more swipes, 7 more. It's hard to gauge. And that's the stuff in here. And anything out here that needs to be processed or whatever, I'm going to try and bring it in slowly, organize it, separate. That's my number 1 wire here. That's all separated. I mean, this is one man, okay? So I am listening to you guys. I'm working hard. Things that are keeping me upbeat is look at that day. I mean, that really helps. Somebody's supposed to come here and drop some stuff off. Actually, that's what I would like to do is get this place up and running where I could like sell stuff sometimes, like have garage sale things, and well, one day maybe turn it into a licensed mini scrapyard. That's the dream. I don't gotta look for the stuff then anymore, and I could run it. Yeah. I don't know if I could run it. I'm not proving myself really very well. I'm embarrassing myself. But I don't mind. I mean, it's better to be open and honest with people rather than to be fake. Like, there's a lot of like scrap YouTube people that are a little fake there. There's a little, I detect a little fakeness. Fakeness, you gotta leave that for TV. And I see some copper. I don't know if I should just leave that copper out there. I just can't see doing that. Alright. Start loading. Doing it. Oh, we're getting it loaded here. Getting it filled. I decided to leave the stuff on, like I said, because it's 20 cents for breakage, so that's only 25 cents for clean. stainless, but I cannot find my pipe wrench. Yeah, it's the story of my life since I was a little kid. I just can't stay organized. Can't get organized, can't stay organized. I never could. Even if I put all the tools and everything where they belong, I pull one out, pull another one out. I forget what I do with stuff. I do weird shit like that. Like I put my keys right here because I got distracted and I was like tearing the place apart, looking like for these for like over an hour, like a madman. And I just realized where they were when I was making the video before I put it on camera. I'm like, oh. When I found them, I'm like, oh. And people have suggestions like, hang them up somewhere. Well, guess what? People will fuck with me. And when I'm not looking, they will remove them because they know that I have ADHD and not great memory skills. So then they're removed. And then I'm like, where did the keys go? And people are like, I don't know. I didn't see them. I'm not your keeper. Whatever. Aggravation. Just Sherry. Look at that lovely Apple iPhone 6 Plus. And the screen is not cracked, but the LCD actually cracked. The glass is not cracked. But the LCD inside actually got a crack in it. And you can only read half the screen, so. There's another thing I got screwed on there, kinda, because it was $129 to fix it and $200 to buy it, and you have to turn it back in, and good working order, and it's not, so screw it. I just bought it. I didn't want to deal with it. Get you coming and going, I guess, right? Lordy, lordy. Can't find the damn pipe wrench. So yeah, teaching myself how at my age, how to keep order. That would be a biggie. How to like keep and maintain order. Not how to like put everything in its place. That's one thing. That's actually nothing on the scale of keeping it together. Okay, you take the tool out of that place, then I get distracted, I put it down, I walk away, it disappears, I can't find it. Oh boy. So, throughout life, it's cost me huge. I mean, big time. Because, you know, employers see that and they're like, oh, yeah, well, and then they come up with a million and one excuses why, we're gonna have to let you go. You don't work out here. You're not the person we were looking for. We're gonna eliminate the position. You know, stuff like that. They don't want to come out and say, hey, you're a floaty gibbet, and we can't have that. You just have to go. And no meds, because I've been put on those before and they make me super depressed, and you gotta fiddle with the levels and stuff like that, and keep going to the doctor, and it just doesn't work. They make me nauseated. I get episodes of huge anxiety then, and like depression. It's a mess. The cure is actually worse than the disease, so to speak, at least at my level. So it's kind of out of the question. I don't like drugs anyway, so I'm the wrong guy. People are like, you can take those, you don't drink. It doesn't work. Not the problem. Plus, those things, they don't want to come out and say it, but that shit causes cancer, blows up your liver. And that's once again where people go, you don't drink. You don't have to worry about your liver. What are you, like some university scientist? You've done 80 years of study on the human subjects, so like 80,000 controlled, scientific controlled studies. Yeah, I'm going off on a tirade only because of my frustration, and I'm going down some weird. It's got nothing to do with scrapping. Pollute my video with a bunch of hogwash. So yeah, as I'm like walking around, and you can see the pattern of my working. I'm over here, I'm over there. It's not because I'm holding onto the phone or talking. It's just the way I do stuff. I frustrate myself. All the way from this U-Haul place that I went to, they would not. The other place takes the stupid thing out. This place insisted on leaving this damn thing in here, and then that bag filled with a bunch of shit. It's taking up space. They should give a discount for the amount of room the thing's taking up. It's occupying space. I don't want it. You know, some bean counter at the company probably, oh, well, you know, you leave it in there and they're more likely to use it. If it's just there and it's in the way, they'll say, fuck it. $10, take the blankets out and use that cart right there. Just like the guy said. He's like, well, why don't you just use the cart? I'm like, it's $7, man. So it's there, go to use it. Fuck. For real? I'm gonna use that little chintzy cart to go and move this. They didn't tell me. I thought it was like a bunch of dumpster diving that I was going to be doing. So you really couldn't use a cart like that anyway, any kind of cart. But it turns out it wasn't. It was more kind of like a demolition thing actually going on in there. So I'm going to have to go back there tomorrow because there's a gigantic prep table in there, and there's 3 other coolers that air conditioning guys got to disconnect. I have those. Plus they're still wired into the building. So I'm not screwing with that. Well, it's dark out now. And, you know, it's getting really late. So I'm done for the day. I hope you guys really enjoyed that restaurant demolition project that I was on. And guess what? There's more tomorrow because they didn't tell me about the stuff for the fixtures were still attached to the building actually, and inside I was under the impression that the stuff was out by the dumpster, and only one thing was out there. So tomorrow I'm going back there to have at it with that 30-foot long prep table that's in the kitchen, and that's solid stainless, or that's the way it appears to be. So I'm going to take the appropriate tools like threes, you know, socket bit, and some drills that are charged up, and maybe axe, sledgehammer, sawzall maybe. I don't know. I know sawzalls don't really work very well on stainless steel, but well, before I do that, I'm also going to make a video of dumping the scrap. So I called the yard and they claim that it's 20 cents a pound for stainless breakage. So we'll see. I've also got some shred loaded in that rental van, and I'm going to get rid of that first. And yeah, it's going to be epic. Hope you guys enjoy. A lot of effort went into this one. And nobody would help. All those people there, they really didn't want to lend a hand because they weren't getting any of the scrap. I mean, I don't blame them, but I did see that they got all the copper flashing from, you know, it's like decorative stuff that was used, you know, I guess in the motif or the theme of the building. It's a Mexican restaurant, La Hacienda. There's like a big pile in a large, like a coat closet or something like that. There had to be about maybe 300 pounds of copper in there. So of course they could afford to give away the stainless. Zero fucks are given about the stainless steel when it comes to all that copper they got. I even mentioned it to the guy that's running the project, and he's like, no, I think we're going to keep that. Actually, I think he's using that money to pay his employees. He's using the scrap to pay the demolition crew. So he's getting to keep all the money for the demolition project, and me taking away all the kitchen fixtures actually is saving him money, like about $700 on a dumpster fee. What do you think about that? He's not losing it any way around. He's making money. He's even making money off of me making money. What a racket. Now there'll be more tomorrow. Enjoy my little shit show, I guess.